What's going on, guys? Aarava here. Welcome back to another episode of my Motorsport Manager career mode. Today we've got the Japanese Grand Prix and we're literally getting straight into it. It is the time for the Grand Prix. As in between recordings, I just kind of skipped ahead to the actual race. Not actually much happened. Obviously things were getting built. In terms of our new parts, we designed a brand new rear wing. That is infinitely better than the ones we've got at the moment. It was very poor reliability. It started off at 20%, but I got that up as quickly as possible. At the moment, we've got everything on performance, because you can see down the line, everything's good-ish for reliability, almost. But obviously, we can just give the worst parts to Cruz, and he can nurse them to the end. But I've got pretty much, apart from the brakes, I would say, pretty decent levels, and at least one part for every category, over 70% to give to Balcazar for her race in terms of that. And then also we got a brand new sponsor in the form of Hypertech. 14 races long, 500k per race. That's going to be a nice 7 million over 14 races. Decent sponsor to sign. Uneasy job security at the moment. I really need to do well this episode. We've got rain maybe forecast for the Japanese Grand Prix ahead. We could click continue. Heavy rain forecasted, so it's going to be interesting here. It's going to be interesting. In terms of our sponsor objective, I'm going to go for... Well, there's a bonus for Nippon. I forgot about that. That's why we chose the sponsor. So obviously we're going to go for Nippon, 10th or above. That's going to be pretty easy money. You have to say, hopefully. In terms of the fit parts, obviously give the worst to Cruz because he can nurse them home, and then that's pretty much it. And we will look at how we do in practice. It's going to be a bit of a weird one because practice is going to be mostly useless if there's a lot of rain in the race. But hey ho, that's sort of how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Right, with 20 seconds or less, really, we come in. Cruz, decent setup there. Knowledge level 3 on the soft tyres, just to the death there. Didn't quite manage qualifying trim level 1. Did get level 2 on the race trim. All in all, okay. Would have liked to have maybe got level 1 qualifying. Otherwise, you know, that's exactly why I put Balcazar out on qualifying trim, because I wanted to try and get level 1. If I knew I couldn't, I would have just kept it on race and we could have got race trim level 3, but them's the breaks, unfortunately, but still pretty decent for the setup. I'm just hoping we do a lot better for qualifying this time round, and I think I might take the instant result for qualifying, just because I still just don't like qualifying. It's just very annoying to me. It seems very random how good your drivers perform. In terms of, even if I do get a pretty decent, like, you know, perfect overheated or perfect kind of good, it's annoying I just don't like taking qualifying. It's just very annoying. So do I try? Well, I'll give it one more try. Just, you know, just to see, but it really does piss me off quite a bit. Anyway, here we go. Qualifying. I'm gonna wait a little bit here. There's no rain forecast for this session, so I'll just wait for a gap, wait for the track grip to go up a little bit, and then send them out on their first laps. Obviously, we can actually afford to go for 2 laps and not really get hindered in the race, because there might be a lot of rain to come in the race. Okay, good amount of gap. We'll send Balcazar out, and then I think I'll send Cruz out momentarily afterwards as well. All right, I'm going to send Cruz out now. Decent room for him to go now. We'll focus on Balcazar, though. Back at this. Perfect and overheated, yet again. The bane of my existence is perfect and overheated on the brakes. It's easy to do the tyres. It's a lot harder to do the brakes, because every single brake zone, their brake temps will obviously jump up, obviously. But at the moment, Cruz is inside another car. Interesting. But at the moment, his tyres are cold, so we can push on a little bit more. Come on, get the tyre temps up. Cold. Come on. Chop, Cruz. Come on. Cold. Oh, good and overheated. Wow. Cruz took a long time to get his tyre temps up there right at the end, right at the death. But here he goes onto his lap. Balcazar, though, 1 second off the pace. Not liking the look of that. Comes across the line. 6th place. Quite odd to be a second off the pace and be 6th place, but there you go. That's how it works, apparently. But she'll have time to come in for one more lap. I don't know about Cruz. That might be cutting it fine, because it's quite a long lap time, actually. But we'll see. Perfect and overheated yet again. Love it. That's literally just the pattern of my existence on this game. Perfect, but overheated. We're going to wait a little bit longer to send Cruz out. Track grip's going to get really nice and maximised. I think there's a good gap here now to send him out. So I'll send him out here. Come on, boy. Hurry up a little bit. Oh, 2 other cars thought the same thing as me. Damn it. Balcazar only 11th. What on earth happened to her? I have no idea. Perfect and overheated for Cruz on the brakes. He got held up. He got held up. Absolutely fucking fantastic. I hate this game. I hate this. I hate qualifying this game. It's bullshit. How do you get held up by 2 seconds on a qualifying lap? That doesn't happen. The fucking bastard gets out the way because he's got fucking blue flags on the qualifying to get out the fucking way. How do you lose 2 seconds on a lap? Honestly. How? How? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. And Balcazar, what the fuck was up with you? You had clean air, albeit overheated brakes, but perfect tyre temps, and you can't even improve your lap time, so we don't even get 600,000 for qualifying. Absolutely, and that is why I will never be taking qualifying again for the rest of the season. Probably for the rest of the fucking game. What a brilliant bloody mechanic. Oh, my God. Right, we start on intermediate tyres, so race trim, and I would say soft tyres just in case it maybe dries out. I'm not too sure. I mean, if it doesn't, might as well go for a risk taker then, perhaps. Let's just go for that risk taker. I don't think it looks like if it's starting on inters and it's going to get even wetter, probably no point to even put on soft tyre the perk. But we're going to go for Nurse, as per usual with Cruz, to help him with all of that good stuff. And, yeah, this setup seems really pointless if they can't perform, or I can't even do the qualifying myself. And that's why I won't be doing qualifying ever again. Just honestly, I do hate the mechanic. And yes, it may be my fault, but that I don't care. I don't care. That's why I don't like it. It just doesn't seem logical to me. Why do you lose 2 seconds? Anyway, let's go to 5 red lights for the Japanese Grand Prix intermediate conditions. Balcazar makes a pretty decent start, up one place into 10th. Can she make any more positions? Let's speed this up here as the rain starts to come down even more. You can see it's probably going to get to, well, it's probably going to jump up basically to a good intermediate level for a while in this race. But decent start from Balcazar actually. You can see the tyre temps are wildly down, so we can afford to attack for quite a bit until the tyre temps go up to a reasonable level. Meanwhile, Cruz, not such a great start. 16th place. Now he's getting a move on, hopefully, and trying to overtake some people. Balcazar really getting a good start, so that's where her perk in the wet comes in. She does have that perk, being good in the rain, so that's we're putting that to good use. Up into 5th place at the moment, so, or 6th, was momentarily 5th. She's trying to overtake 5th place again. We'll go down to neutral now if the tyre temp gets up into a good range. Right, sit rep on lap 10. Balcazar is still in 6th place. She had to battle a little bit and defend for 6th, but all in all doing an okay job. You can see water and track is going down, actually, and it's going to be a dry track by the time we get to about lap, I would say, 12, 13. So in hindsight, it does look like we could have used the soft tyre, but we do have less risk of a fast pit stop going bad, so that's good there. So we're going to continue on for one more lap with Balcazar, and then it'll probably start getting drier. Cruz is in 16th, quite some way down the order. So it may be worth to risk a little bit and go early for him, but I think it's just a bit too wet still. Probably the next lap will definitely be time for dries for everyone near enough. But yeah, we've been on conservative, and that's actually worked quite well, especially for Balcazar. So he's actually improved in pace on conservative, so she's done really good. And also saved some fuel there as well, and you can see the rain is stopping now. First place is continued on the inters, but I think it's time to come in. Let's risk it. Soft tyre, we'll go for 11 laps. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, let's go. Pit strategy fast, and we'll come in. 3-second pit stop. Seems about correct. We'll go attacking, high. Same for Cruz. We'll go neutral now, and we'll pit in with him as well. There's enough buffer between the two drivers that they can make this pit stop work. We'll go and balance for him just in case something goes wrong. But yeah, we'll come in right now because I think it's going to be time. And one other person thinks the same as me. Clark Smith has thought the same thing. It's a bad pit stop. Wow, the irony of us choosing risk taker and then we have a bad pit stop. Great stuff, great stuff. I love being fucked over. Just love it. Just great. Just awesome. High, medium. Actually, let's go high because she's got some fuel to burn. Whereas, no you don't. Cruz does not. So we're going to keep him on medium because he's got minus 0.18 at the moment. Right, Balcazar up into 6th, and she just comes out behind 5th place, so the undercut did not quite work, but it sort of has, because she wouldn't have had the tyre temps to make that move if she'd come on the same lap. So, all in all, pretty decent undercut there to get up into 5th. Purple 2nd sector, So doing the job at the moment on high fuel as well, with plenty of fuel to burn there. And Cruz is getting into the same sort of region, so we're going to stick him up to high as well. But we're going to stick with neutral. Might actually go to conserve because the tire temps looks like they're naturally going up here in Japan. But decent pace from Balcazar, decent. This is looking somewhat good. Right, Balcazar's battling for 4th place. We've got it on conservative because I want to make sure these tire temps don't go up. I don't want the tire temps to get away from me in this race. That means she is unable to overtake just quite yet. She's trying, but obviously, because she's on conserve, she's not pushing. We're on a high fuel mixture, but I just, once the tire temps, if they do go down to that level, I will stick her up to push to try and get this move done. But for now, I just can't risk it here. But she's trying her best, and she actually does pull the move off now as we talk about it. Nice stuff. Up into 4th. Okay, looks like we didn't even need the push there. She did a really good job to overtake that person. Stramby, what a name. Up into 4th place, but 16 laps remaining. Doesn't look like any more rain's going to actually come, so for all that faff of heavy rain in the race, only intermediates. Wet tyres didn't need to be used, so decent. We can make definitely one more pit stop and go softs to the end of the Grand Prix. So all in all, okay, it's just about if Balcazar can close up for a podium. And yet again, I mean, I mentioned it at the end of last episode, I'll say it again. This man Blanc, fuck you Blanc, just fuck you. It's unfair that you're just that much better than everyone. Look at his teammate. Ridiculous. Look at his teammate. His teammate's rubbish in 19th. And yet, this team is going to succeed because they've got an OP as fuck man at the front. Just, yeah. Great, great. Right, we're on lap 21. Cruz is making some moves. He's down in 13th, though, so I think I might change his strategy around and go on the medium tyres for him. I think it may be worth it, whereas Balcazar is doing a really top job on soft tyres. So I'm going to pit him in. We're going to go mediums. 15 laps they'll go. We've only got 11 laps, so he's going to have no issues with tyre wear. So I think we can afford to do that and just try something different there. Let him push, and basically that's it. But with Balcazar, we're looking good for another set of soft tyres that are going to work well. She's up in 3rd place at the moment, so, and she's actually chasing 2nd. And Conserve is working such a treat with her. She's doing such a good job on conservative at the moment. She's got fuel to burn as well, so it's really coming together for her to maybe get 2nd place at best. And I think now, we come in now, 11 laps left. How long have we gone so far? We pit on what lap? We pit on lap 12, didn't we? We went 11 laps. So that's good enough, I think. That's good enough. So let's come in. Let's try and undercut here. So fast pit stop. Soft tyres? Yeah, soft tyres. Come in. Right, push on out the pits there. Get the tyre temps up. Use a bit of rich mix, overtake mix. Let's get a move on, shall we? It's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix for Chica Balcazar. 8th place at the moment. 8 laps to go. And these guys are surely going to have to pit. Their tyres are so low. If they pull off a bullshit one stop for this, I will be so shocked and annoyed if they do that again. They did that at the Italian Grand Prix last time as well. Right, Balcazar at the moment in 5th place. You can see 4th place man is going to make a pit stop here, so we're looking decent. Fuel's good as well. Behind us, we've got Fox, 6th place, setting a purple sectors, you can see there. So we're going to have to be wary of that. But Balcazar up in 4th, up in 3rd. Okay, okay. And we've got Clark Smith on worn tyres. Let's go chase her and try and get that 2nd place, better the rest. Alright, Balcazar's up into 2nd place. So we're looking decent for best of the rest. Just got to keep these tyres. We're on conserve, but she's got a good pace on conserve. So just keep it like this, and hopefully we can come home with 2nd place. Also, I just want to pause it here and say, this bottom right, this has been glitched the entire race, because it keeps jumping from 80 plus 80%, to 0.8, I should say, to minus 0.7. You might have seen earlier on the Grand Prix I was on low with Cruz. If you saw and noticed that, it's because it jumped to 70, and in an instant it's jumped back to 80. So that's glitched a little bit with Cruz. So I have no idea actually what fuel he's on. He's down in 14th anyway, so it doesn't make much of a difference. But I have no idea what fuel he is on. So if he does run out of fuel, I'm just going to point that out. That's not my fault. That's glitch. It's just jumped up a whole 1 point to plus to negative the entire time. Thankfully, though, with Balcazar, the driver we actually care about in the high points, that's not being glitched for her. She's okay. I can read that out properly. Right, we're on the last lap of the Grand Prix. Balcazar's done a stellar job. We've got good amount of fuel, good amount of tyres. We've got actually up to neutral, actually, for the last half of the lap. But we're going to come home in 2nd place. Blanc's already finished the damn race. Great stuff, mate. Great stuff. Cruz finishes in 14th, but Balcazar does get 2nd place. Balcazar back on form now, onto the podium. But, yeah, yet again, Blanc with a 36-second gap, OP as ever. But I guess we'll take that. Best of the rest there for our second place. Cruz, yeah, I don't know. Really, really poor race from him. We tried something different with the medium tyres. Yeah, just... He was doomed from the start with such a bad qualifying. But there you go, second place trophy. So at least we're getting somewhere there. And Balcazar's now moved up to 4th in drivers, ahead of Cruz now, overtaking them. And so we're only 5 behind second place Clark Smith. So I think we're still good to get Balcazar that second place in the championship. E-Spirit in second place, 24 points apiece. So decent jump up there. So we've gone from a bit worried and concerned in 4th to level on points with 2nd. So back where we were, basically. Back where we were. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm recording this episode straight after the last episode, so I have no idea what you guys thought of that episode. But I'm going to make an educated guess to see that lots of people will be shouting at me in the comments for that race. But, them's the breaks. I mean, I'm just trying to, you know, I don't really, you know, I just have some fun with this series. I just do it, you know. It takes a long time to record one episode. It takes 1 hour and 40 minutes to record one episode. So you can probably, hopefully, forgive me for maybe not spending as much time thinking about everything, because unlike some of you guys who are maybe playing this game yourselves, I don't have that time to take the race nice and slowly, think about everything, because I'm consciously thinking about, okay, this video is going to be way too long, or, okay, I don't have enough time because I have a mound of coursework to do for university. So I'm just going to assume people were shouting at me, but you can see here, it didn't really matter, because we're already back at that point where we're level on points in the championship. It looks like we're definitely going to get 2nd in the Constructors, I would say. I'm confident in that, again. It's just making that step up to 1st, and it's so difficult to, because it just takes time, because we have to slowly build up this car, which we are doing, but it's just taking a lot more time than I probably hoped, and maybe some of you guys hoped. I mean, I don't know. Some people were saying it was going to take 6 seasons, and you're probably correct there, but as long as you have these kind of weird, stupid, annoying, OP as hell Blanc drivers who are just beasting it and getting all the points for their team, it's hard to compete. It's hard to compete. Right, we've got some new sponsor offers, but we've also got mechanics complaining, a few rumblings that they're not very happy in the factory. They do have quite long hours. What should I tell the team? Give them all a bonus and relationship plus 25, or -5, deal with it. I'll give them a bonus. We can afford it. Plus 25 on the relationships as well, which will be good for us. Sponsors, we've got 3 available. I will leave that for now, because we can maybe get some better ones potentially, but Transantarctic, that's a decent bonus there, 4 times for the American Grand Prix. And do we have an American Grand Prix? Because we removed a 2nd one, didn't we? Or no? No, we did not. We do have Phoenix coming out, the oval circuit. So that's definitely going to be a sponsor we want to keep an eye on. For 1st place, not very great sponsors. We'll hold off on that. Our helipad does get built in 1 week's time, so maybe that will spice up things, huh? And the helipad is built. So we've got that brand new... I can't see it. Is it built yet? There we go. Pause. I want to see the helipad. Helipad has been built. New vote started for the vote thing. We'll wait for a second. Let's look at the sponsors. We've got Cupcake and Malt Whiskey. Both pretty decent on bonus sizes, but I'm still thinking about this one for the American Grand Prix, because that's going to be very, very useful. I'm going to take that. That's going to be so good for the American Grand Prix. But for slot 1, I'll leave it for now, because these are terrible sponsors, and we just got a helipad built. So hopefully that will help us and aid us in our marketability. Right, time to vote. So this will be to shorten the qualifying sessions. So we'll last 8 minutes long, only giving drivers and teams 1 chance to nail the perfect lap. I am for this. I'm for this because, well, when I did take qualifying, I won't be doing so for a while now, every time it would be a decent first lap, but then the second lap, everyone improved, because obviously the track grip increased, but my drivers didn't really. So I would be in favour of this. So I'm going to use 2 of my votes. 2 of my votes for... 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 2 of my votes for Let's see. Fingers crossed. I've still got 3 votes, remember, even with this, because I've got 5. I've got 6, actually. I'm so OP. I've got 2 voting power. I'll put 2 votes, but we've got 6 to play with, so we've still got 4 after this. But let's go. Let's see. Come on. Vote for. Vote for. Vote for. Vote for. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Bang. Shortened qualifying. There we go. 8 minutes long from next season. Awesome. Right, it's time to go to the Dubai Grand Prix. In terms of our sponsors, we've only got 2 to choose from, actually, here. So, it's going to have to be probably... do we go for our new one, or should we just stick with Vamoose? Vamoose, 3rd or above. So we do get the podium. We could be in with a nice shout of some money there. So, let's just go for it. Let's go for it. In terms of the part fits, I don't know if you actually noticed, for the first time, they're both content somewhat. So, that's kind of nice to see. But, the reliability is pretty decent now, so I don't think we need to go with nursing necessarily for Cruz anymore. So I might just basically base it off, again, the performances and give Balcazar the best parts. Right, it's going to be all clear, being Dubai, as always. So, once again, I'll let you know what happens at the end of qualifying, end of practice, I should say. It's quite an interesting lap in terms of if we'll be able to get anything like what we did at Italy or, near race trim level 3s. But, obviously, with no rain, we can just worry about, the dry tyres. So, right, with about 40 seconds to go, we're going to get level 2 on race trim, level 1 qualifying trim, hopefully. Let's see the pixels go over the mark. It's just going to be just about, with a few seconds to spare. Literally, just a few. We got level 3 on super softs, level 2 qualifying, level 3 race trim. That's a very, very decent practice session here at Dubai. Very, very decent. And both setups are pretty good as well. So, yeah, that's probably one of the more successful practice sessions we've had so far this season. Right, qualifying time, we're going to take the instant result. Super soft qualifying trim for the first time in a while. We can use that trim. And we're good on the setups. And we're just going to... Oh, actually, no, we're not. What the hell was that? How was that turned from okay? It was, like, great earlier. What? Okay, that's weird. Hasn't really changed that much, has it? Let's go tad harder. We'll just stick with 94 there. Right, instant result. Let's go. Give me a good result. Qualifying trim. Let's see what sort of performance that's going to pull out the bag. Out the numbers hat, as it were. 6th place for Balcazar. 15th for Cruz. Seems about right. 6th place for Balcazar. Probably the highest we've had so far, apart from the one we actually took at Phoenix and got a little bit lucky, probably. Missed out on 3rd place, but that's fine. I think we can get in the podium at least for some good money there. Once again, surprise, surprise, Blanc. 0.9 ahead of 2nd place. That's just standard, isn't it? Yeah, you really hear GP2 drivers 0.8 ahead of the field. Yep, that makes sense. Right, so in terms of the race, we're going to go for super soft tyres race trim for Balcazar. With Cruz, super soft tyres, and I think we'll go race trim as well. I don't think we need the nurse attribute this time. Watch how this bites me in the arse, and we do need the nurse attribute. But, yeah, I think we're okay. So we're going to go for attacking, overtake, attack, overtake. Very aggressive strategy here at Dubai with the super soft tyre knowledge we have. And the race trim knowledge. Let's get going. Continue on. Right, here we go. To 5 red lights. 5 red lights for the Dubai Grand Prix. We're underway, and it's a shocking start from Balcazar. Another shocking start. Let's fast forward this on. Let's see. Oh my god. Really? Really? Down to 9th? Honestly, I really do think the trait of, what was it, found religion, and also the whole modelling career thing, I really think that does affect her quite a bit on the starts, but it's fine. She's coming back, at least, in 8th place. Cruz up into 13th place, so he's made a better start, gained 3 positions on the opening lap there, so that's good to see from him. But Balcazar caught up behind these guys in 8th, but let's get a move on, shall we, Chica? Come on. Oh, no. As I say that, she nearly loses a place to 9th, but then gets it back up into 7th. That was a nice sweeping overtake there, and now she gets up to the 6th. There we go. Underlay, girl. Underlay. Nice stuff. Up into 6th. This is what I like to see. And Cruz up to 11th. This is good. This is good. Good progress. Right, now I'm going to calm things down because the tyre temps are in a good region, so we're going to conserve again, learning from what happened in Japan. Same for Cruz. We'll go on medium on the fuel. Now, yeah, she may be overtaken right here, but we're thinking a bit more of a long-term game here, so that's fine, but we're trying to drop the fuel down a little bit, make sure we've got some fuel to play around with at the end, and also just make sure these tyres don't wear out as fast as the people ahead of us. You know, you can see the likes of Blanc, Stramby, Clark, Smith, I think their tyre's a little bit more worn than ours. Right, lap 6, sit rep. Balcazar still in 6th place. Pace is okay. It's a little bit equalised, so the gap's not dropped or lessened to Sevilla. Cruz, 9th place. You can see I've got him on conserve and neutral as well. But you know, being a lot like Singapore in terms of the actual climate, the heat, Dubai, naturally the tyre temps are going up, so conserve is key at the moment, I'm feeling. But in terms of the fuel levels, Balcazar's really dropping the fuel quite nicely to a decent level. Once it gets to about, I would say, 0.2, I think that's when we can start playing around with it with high and be confident that she can still take it to the end of the Grand Prix. But it's looking like we have some decent tyre wear left in the tank to really push for a nice overcut here, potentially. I think now's the time to start pushing, actually, potentially. Go up to neutral for both these guys. And then on the next lap, I think, go on pushing. Let's see, is Blanc going to come in this lap? No, not yet. He's going on. His tyre wear is 32% at the moment, so he's going a lot harder in this Grand Prix. I wonder when he's actually going to come in. Let's see. Let's just ride on board with Blanc. Let's see. And as Balcazar has got some good fuel, Cruz still needs to save fuel, but Blanc, is he going to come into the pits now? No, still not coming in. He's down to 26% tyre wear. Still not coming in. That is surprising. That is surprising. Meanwhile, Balcazar with the -1 second. Decent pace here. Decent pace. So we're going to continue on. Is Blanc going to come in this lap, I wonder? Yes, he is. Blanc's going to come in this lap. So this is the time to potentially think about really pushing these tyres now. We've got 33%, 32. That was a lot more than Blanc had. So push in on this overcut lap. Meanwhile, with Cruz, he'll continue on. We'll continue to conserve and we'll try and go one extra lap if we can. Right, Balcazar's going to come in at the end of this lap. She's caught up to 2nd place and actually got stuck behind 2nd place there. She does make the move on 2nd place. And while we do that, we'll make the pit stop now. So that went 11 laps. That's pretty decent. So we'll go with a balanced pit stop. Don't want to risk it. So she got up into 2nd, actually. She overtook Sevilla before coming to the pits. That's decent from her. So good stuff. Cruz going to continue on for one more lap there. And now Cruz will come in at the end of this lap. So let's push in. Pit on. Soft tyres. We'll go for the faster pit strategy there with Cruz. So we had to compromise Cruz a little bit because I couldn't pit them in the same lap, otherwise they'll double stack. But you know, again, Cruz sort of puts himself into these positions by qualifying so poorly. Right, so a bit of a weird situation at the moment. Balcazar, I can't actually quite tell if she actually even gained any time or what happened there. I mean, she's behind Sevilla, so something happened for sure in terms of the pace. I think Sevilla's pushed on so much faster than we have. Obviously, we're on conserve, so we weren't the fastest out on the out lap of our stint. So I'm not too sure. Balcazar sort of dropped a few positions magically, which is a little bit unfortunate. Cruz in 12th, also not doing amazingly. We'll go conserve now because those tyre temps are really shooting up now. But yeah, I'm a little bit confused now at the moment. Balcazar's dropped a lot of positions out of nowhere, really. We're going to push on. Balcazar is catching up to Clark Smith here. Meanwhile, with Cruz, I've still got to conserve to bring these tyre temps down. But he's got to try and catch Fisher, who's on fresh tyres. Oh, actually, I say that. I got confused now. Where are we? Cruz is there. He's fighting now. He's still fighting Fisher, actually. So she's got fresh tyres. So let's just see if Cruz can actually catch up to her. Go on medium, but let's go on neutral now. And with Balcazar, 6th place. Catching up to Clark Smith at a rate of knots, actually, here. On neutral. Let's go conserve. Go on medium here, save a bit more fuel. Right, we're right here. Let's overtake this person. Let's overtake. Let's push it. Everything we got. Come on, try and overtake them. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done, Balcazar. Up into 5th place. Up into 5th place. Looking decent. Right, we're going to attack for one entire lap, and then we're going to come in for an earlier pit stop. Try and get a bit of an undercut, because the overcut did not work. The overcut did not work. Right, Balcazar's going to come in. Where is Cruz in all this? Cruz, that's enough time. Cruz can come in at this same lap. There's enough of a gap. Pit strategy good. Fast pit stop. Unpause. Where's Balcazar? Please make a good pit stop. Good pit stop. Nice. Nicely done. Attack out the pits. We are still behind Sevilla, but Sevilla's yet to make a pit stop. Okay, we're looking good. We're looking good. Come on, Balcazar. Overtake. Oh, up into 6th. Just about gets ahead of Fisher. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. On high a little bit. We've got a bit of fuel to burn. We've also got to think about our engine, so I'm not going to go high too much. I might have to end this race with a bit extra fuel, to be honest, because the engine for Balcazar is really wearing out. But with Cruz, we can definitely go high, because he's got the engine wear. But Balcazar, make the move. Up into 5th. Come on. Nice. Nice going. Nice going. Pace is decent as well. Let's go conserve now, because the tyre temps are shooting up. So, conserve that. Yeah, we definitely can't go on push now. The engine's dropping down too much. We're gonna have to end this race with a lot of fuel on board. But that's because of our engine. 7 laps remaining. Balcazar is jumped up into 3rd place there with the natural progression of things. Fisher going slow on her very worn super soft tyres. She's making pit stop now, and also some other people made some pit stops. So we're on the podium at the moment. Where is 2nd? Where is Stramby? Stramby is here. They're going they're going so slow. Look at that, the blue for conserving the tyres. So let's see if we can get 2nd here, but I'm hoping that we can at least keep 3rd at best and get this money and get on the podium again. Balcazar, nice little move in the blue flag car. So we'll let her do her thing. Meanwhile, with Cruz, decent enough pace. He's also got extra fuel, and we do have the engine wear to actually push Cruz's engine. Okay, Balcazar's made a mistake somewhere. She's down to 4th now. She got overtaken. Just natural progression of things. She got overtaken by Fox. Let's go back to neutral. Let's try and just keep up. Keep 4th. We need to get 3rd place back, though. We need to get 3rd place back. Up the pace again, up the pace again. I'm just going to forget about Cruz, to be honest, because I need to focus on Balcazar now, getting this podium. Come on, come on. That was a 1.6 fast lap time there at the end there. Come on. Oh, my God, the engine's so low. And his brakes are low. Ignore. Oh, come on. Going on towards the final lap of the Grand Prix. It's now or never if we want to get the podium now. It's going to be so close. We are closing up with some blue flags, but... oh, the death of it. Oh, minus 1.6. We're going so much faster now. Do we have the engine wear? Fuck it. Let's bump it up now and ever. Come on, come on. Keep pushing, keep pushing. Go, 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 go. Catch up, catch up. Race is ending. Come on, come on. Overtake mode. Everything you got. Attack, attack. Come on. Last corner. Come on, come on. No, it's not going to be 3rd place. It's going to be 4th. At the death of it, we did not get the podium. Ah... that is frustrating. So close with her. Missed out on the podium. Oh, and what do you know? Blanc won. Fantastic. So the Drivers' Championship, Balcazar stays in 4th. Cruz down to 6th after that poor performance. We do bump up into 2nd place of the Constructors, though. So overall, decent, because we're back in 2nd now. But again, I just want to point this out. I don't know about you guys, but personally, I really do feel this is a broken system of how to do this game. Like, in terms of how this works, because this is ridiculous. Like, as I mentioned before, it just baffles my mind how anyone looks at that and thinks, oh yeah, no, that's how it should work. That seems, you know, logical. That it works like that, because it really shouldn't. I mean, that's also why that doesn't happen in motorsport. There's a reason why F1 teams don't get relegated to GP2. There's a reason for that, because it's an entirely different thing. But in this game, because the formulas are similar enough, it does happen, and it means that the top teams are always so OP. Anyway, we got a decent amount of money, 323, even though we did not even meet our objectives. We somehow gained money anyway, so okay, decent enough. I'll take that. We didn't make our objectives, but we still gained money, so that's always a good thing. But, yeah, that's where we're going to end this episode, guys. So, if you did enjoy it, hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new here, do subscribe for weekly for more on content. We will continue to persevere in the face of OP-ness of Blanc. And we will persevere and come our 2nd place, probably, every time, annoyingly. Goodbye. Goodbye now.